when you're looking at the fruit of the Spirit, it's not just a checklist, although it is. You should have all 9 aspects. However, we're not talking about just looking at it from a fleshly point of view. In other words, you say, well, I have love and I have joy, but it's much deeper. Do you have love can you love your enemy? See, in other words, the human fleshly side can have love. The human fleshly side can have joy, can have peace, all 9 aspects you can have in a very worldly way. You can have things in your life that are going in a way that, is happy enough for you, where you can have love and joy and peace and patience, all those kind of things. But when you take it to the Ruach level, can you have joy in a trial? Can you love an enemy? Can you have peace when all chaos is going on around you? In other words, now we need him and his nature to step in. Now we're in a whole different thing. So if you find that you're struggling with something even on a fleshly level, then you really are struggling with that area. And we all have at least 1 or 2 of the 9 things or more that we struggle with, period. But there are other ones that we struggle with on those Elohim level areas. So some of those aspects you're going to struggle with, like patience, I struggle with, period. Okay? It doesn't have to be on an Elohim level. I just struggle with patience. You said self-control. You just struggle with it in general. Okay, whatever it is a general struggle. But you need to then, on the other aspects of the fruit, say, okay, but do I have love on that level? On a level where I could even love an enemy? Do I have joy even on the level of, in a trial, can I still have joy? Okay, take it to those levels that you wouldn't by default ever be able to do in the flesh. Okay, the flesh can have love. Okay, you have someone who loves you, you love them. There's no fighting going on at the moment. You feel loved, they feel loved, you're receiving, you're giving love. You can have that in the flesh. You can have joy in the flesh. All these things you can have in the flesh, and they're not wrong. I'm just saying you can have them. But he's giving you a level that you need his nature to have. Okay? Because you can't have love of an enemy without that nature. You can't have joy in a trial without embracing his nature. You can't have peace in, when the boat is flooding over and they're all freaking out, like with Yeshua sitting in the boat and they're all panicking, when they should have had peace. Well, Yeshua's right there. I know it looks like we're going to drown, but we're not. Well, how do I know? Well, because he's right there. So we're not going to drown. See, that's the next level. So some of these aspects you're going to struggle with no matter what. In other words, meaning fleshly or his nature. So figure those out, because those are your bigger battles. Because some of you struggle with any one of those 9, maybe 2 or 3 or more of those 9. But all of them can be a struggle until we can get them onto the higher level. Probably most of you still struggle to have joy in a trial. That's one of the toughest ones. Loving an enemy. Okay? You have trouble loving people that are just rude to you every now and then or hurt your feelings. Forget about loving an enemy. Okay? And so you get so angry and you get offended and all this other stuff. So he's taking it on to a whole different level. Does that answer the question?